Recently, I learned that I should never ignore my cat's warning. But before we begin this story, here's the rule. You'll hear my cat hiss 4 times. Make sure you hear all 4 of them. If you miss one, she won't be able to protect you. My Korean grandmother was always very superstitious. She kept cats because she believed they could see things people couldn't. She used to tell me that evil spirits were everywhere, always searching for someone to cling to, and that cats protected the people they loved. She would always say that if a cat is trying to tell you something, you should always listen. I didn't believe in things like that, but I still really liked cats. Years later, after moving into my own apartment, I adopted 2 rescue cats. One was orange and exactly what you would expect. She was adorable, energetic, and had about half a brain cell on her good days. The other one was mostly black. She was quiet, observant, and always seemed to be watching things that weren't there. I named her Nabi, which means butterfly in Korean. Nabi had one strange habit. She loved making biscuits on my chest, but whenever I tried to talk, she would press her paw against my lips as if she were shushing me. I thought it was the cutest thing in the world, and whenever she did it, I stayed quiet. Then, my work became hectic. A major project was due, and for a few days, I spent every evening on my laptop, constantly having Zoom meetings and calls. Every time Nabi climbed onto my chest, I gently pushed her away before she could settle down. When she tried to shush me, I laughed and kept talking. Then a strange thing began to happen. After the first night, I developed a headache. By the second day, my neck felt stiff. By the 4th day, the headache was so bad that it felt like something heavy was resting on my head. Naturally, I blamed the stress from my work. But Nabi's behavior changed too. She stopped making biscuits altogether. Instead, she kept trying to climb higher on top of me, placing her paws near my shoulders and reaching toward my head. Whenever I pushed her away, she became more agitated. She followed me around from room to room, staring at the empty space just above me. By the end of the week, my headache had become unbearable. Then, late one night, I got up to splash some water on my face. Nabi followed close behind, and as usual, she tried to climb on top of me. Suddenly, she began hissing, swatting the air above my head angrily. My headache was so bad, so I got annoyed at her. I was going to push her down when I happened to glance at the mirror, and at that moment, my heart stopped. To my shock, I saw a pale, creepy figure sitting on top of my shoulders. Her legs were wrapped tightly around my neck, and her chin rested on top of my head. Nabi let out another vicious hiss, and I felt the figure tighten her grip around my head. Now, did you hear all 4 of Nabi's hisses? If you missed even one, you should listen again for your own protection. And remember, always listen to your cat.